The Xbox 360 is becoming more relevant as the days go on. Honestly though, it's really cool that people really want to collect for this system or just play games from this generation. It is kind of bad though that the prices are going up, but it's kind of to be expected with this kind of stuff. Honestly, Xbox 360 is probably one of the best consoles of the past 20 years. It's definitely, in my opinion, the best Microsoft's console we've gotten. Out of all of the original Xbox, the Xbox One, and even the Series X. I'm here today to talk about 5 games that I picked that are backwards compatible on the Series X that are 360 games. Now, these aren't the best games ever or anything. These are just kind of my personal picks of what I feel like people should go out and buy today if they're going to get these games, because these games do have some value to them, and they're pretty good games, honestly. And who knows what the future holds for them. So this is not to promote any kind of price increase. This is just my personal opinion about 5 games I chose that you should go out to get today. So without further ado, here's my 5 games I picked for your backwards compatibility on the Series X. Number 1, Shadows of the Damned. Shadows of the Damned came out in 2011. It's actually also on the PS3, but it's of course backwards compatible with the Series X. This game was developed by Grasshopper Manufacture, and it was directed by Goichi Suda, aka Suda51. His works are also known for Lollipop Chainsaw, Killer is Dead, and of course the big series No More Heroes. Shadows of the Damned is a third-person shooter / action-adventure kind of game, and you play as this guy named Garcia Hotspur, and your girlfriend gets taken by this evil demon guy named Fleming. You gotta go to hell to rescue her, and it's a pretty cool game. You know, it's got good visuals, I think, and it's definitely uplifted on the Series X. Thank goodness this game's not too expensive right now. It's roughly about $30 or so, complete in box, for the 360 that it is. It fluctuates from time to time. This is one I definitely would pick up because I think it's a pretty good game. I haven't beaten it, I've only played a little bit of it, but this game for sure has potential. So if you're looking for games that are pretty unique only to that generation, I definitely would pick this up for the 360. Plus you can play it on your Series X.
Ka-ching! Save up those white gems, G.
Number 2, Alice Madness Returns. Alice Madness Returns was a game developed by Spicy Horse, and it was directed by American McGee. If anyone who doesn't know who American McGee is, he used to work with id Software, aka games like Doom and Quake. Alice Madness Returns is an action-adventure game that pretty much takes place in the Wonderland, and it's kind of like not a retelling, but like a alternate version of the actual Alice in Wonderland. It's much darker and gloomier, and I'll be honest, I kind of like that. It's pretty cool. Kind of gives a good, Tim Burton vibe or something like that. But it's a pretty fun game. You get a lot of different weapons. Like, you have this, dagger. You can get, a teapot cannon and stuff like that. It's pretty interesting. And you fight, these weird-looking, little cult, ink doll-looking things. They're very strange-looking. But it's a pretty fun game, honestly. This game goes for roughly around $27 complete in box right now. And it's also on the PS3, so if you don't want to get an Xbox, I don't blame you. It's okay. I understand. People are all different. You can go the PS3 route for sure. But Alice Madness Returns is a 2-in-1 game, too. You actually get the American McGee's Alice, which came out in 2000, only on PC. So it's a cool way to play that game, too. And you can play it on your Series X, which is really cool. Definitely highly recommend this one. It's a 2-in-1 game, and you can't pass that up.
But the upside is that while smaller, you can see things that are nearly invisible to your bigger self.
Ah, I get it. Right. Forests for the trees. Just the other way round. Short-sighted is more than a matter of perspective.
Number 3, Spec Ops The Line. Spec Ops The Line was a game that came out in 2012. It was developed by Jaeger, and it's basically just a third-person shooter, pretty reminiscent of Gears of War. Now, this game looks pretty good, honestly, for a game that came out in 2012, in my opinion, for that generation of consoles. Of course, this is being played on the Series X, so it's a little uplifted here. But basically, you play as a guy named Captain Martin Walker, and you have your own Delta Force unit, and y'all are on a recon mission in Dubai. The gameplay is pretty solid. Nothing out of the ordinary, but it's still pretty cool. You know, it's a cover and fire based game like Gears of War, so that's always pretty fun to do. The narrative, the story stuff, though, is actually what gets this game going. Matches the gameplay. It's pretty good. I'd say this is kind of a diamond in the rough. No one really talks about this game. And funny enough, this game has actually gone up quite a bit in value recently. Right now, at the time of the video, it's about $35 complete in box, but it just went up to like $50 recently. I have no clue why. It's kind of weird, but thought I'd throw this on the list because it's actually a decent game and it's worth checking out. So if you do find this game, you know, cheap in the wild, definitely pick it up.
I'm picking up a distress call. Patch it through.
33rd Dispatch, this is Alpha Patrol. We're under attack. Repeat, the insurgents have us surrounded. Request immediate assistance. Shit! Marks is down! We need backup!
Lugo, distance.
About 100 yards away.
Let's move.
Number 4, Blue Dragon. What I love about the Xbox 360 is there's actually a good bit of exclusive JRPGs, and that's kind of surprising because the original Xbox just didn't have any at all. Maybe a couple that no one cared about, but the 360 had some pretty decent games that were JRPGs. That was kind of something PlayStation did, but it was kind of cool to see the 360 do this too. But Blue Dragon was a game developed by Mistwalker with the help from Artoon and published by Microsoft Studios in North America. Of course, you can probably look at this game and just think the first thing you're going to think about is Dragon Quest. And yeah, I mean, it's a lot like Dragon Quest. It's definitely a different vibe than Dragon Quest, I'd say. I've played almost all the Dragon Quest games and they're great, but Blue Dragon's pretty cool, you know. It's got a really good art style to it. The graphics are fantastic, and even the combat's decent. Like, I think this is a pretty good game. I haven't beaten this game. I've maybe played like, 30 minutes to an hour on this one. But I can definitely say Blue Dragon is for sure one I would pick up for the Xbox 360. If you're going to pick any game on this list, I think this is the one, personally. Just because, if you like turn-based combat, this is a good game to play, I think. The good news with this game is this game only goes for roughly $25 to $30. And you're already getting like maybe a 40-plus hour game. And it's a 3-disc game, by the way. And you're getting a lot of content here. So I definitely would recommend getting Blue Dragon for sure. I mean, it's got another game too that's on the DS, which I think that one is kind of expensive. I don't know anything about that game. I can only speak for this one, but this game right here, I totally would pick this one up. Check it out any way you can.
You don't have to do this! Save yourself! Let go of the rope!
Let go? If I let go now, I'll die!
Number 5, Asura's Wrath. Asura's Wrath is probably the most interesting game on this list. This game was developed by CyberConnect 2, which they're the same guys who made most of the Naruto games that you've probably seen, as well as the dot hack RPGs on the PS2. This game is basically like a hybrid kind of game. It's like an action-adventure game, meets a little bit of beat 'em up, a little bit of rail shooting, and it's also kind of like watching an anime. It's really, really interesting. There's not really a game like this one, I think. Asura is basically a demigod that you play as, and y'all live in this civilization. It looks like it's in like outer space, and there's these huge creatures that are attacking called the Goma. Well, you and your other general guys that y'all all work together, y'all take down these Goma and try to restore peace to the land. And as you can see, you fly in space and just shoot massive fireballs. It's actually pretty cool. I did want to note that this is also on the PS3. For the sake of the video, though, this is definitely probably better to play on the Series X, I would say. But you can go either route if you want to. At the time of this video, this game goes for roughly around $45 to $50 complete in box on the 360. So it's a little hefty on the price, but honestly, like that's better than what a lot of other games are going for. There's some stuff going up like crazy on the 360 right now, like the Blitz the League. It's like $100. I'm like, that's ridiculous. But anyways, I definitely would check this one out, and any way you can. It's a really interesting game, one of a kind. So yeah, check it out for your Series X.
Hold still and receive your punishment!
And there you have it. Those are the 5 games that I chose that I recommend that people should go out and buy if they want to collect for Xbox 360, but they can play them on their Series X. There are hundreds of games that we could easily talk about and pick from. I just chose some that I feel like that potentially could go up in value in the next few years, and you know, they may never go up, and you know, hopefully not, but I can tell you one thing, they probably won't get any cheaper from now unless they get like remastered or something. But like, again, I'm not trying to promote price or anything. I just feel like these games could be more desirable later down the road, and just trying to, you know, give you a heads up of what could happen. I do appreciate everyone who's watched this video. I finally hit 100 subscribers on YouTube, and that's pretty awesome. So I want to just say thank you all to who subscribed to my channel. And if you do happen to like this kind of content, make sure to give a like down below. If you got something to say, leave a comment down below. And of course, if you want to see more content like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy.